Hey guys, I'm Sarah and today I'm going to be making something called a moggy cake. Now I'm going to explain why we're doing this cake the way we are, with my daughter Olivia hosting this and me in the background doing it, because myself and my husband Clint have had to do a last minute flight up to the North Island, family member's funeral, Uncle Ron, rest in peace, awesome fella. Anyway, so, and the kids were still at home. Now Olivia placed a phone call to me and said, oh, I'm going to make a cake, Mum, because it's Yorkshire Day. August the 1st is Yorkshire Day. She said, it's one you haven't made before called a moggy cake. Do you mind if I film it? Of course, I'm not going to turn that down. Hey, make a video for me. Absolutely. So it was the first time she'd actually set the cameras up, come up with a video. She even priced it. Unfortunately, she didn't quite get a good shot of the end product, and some of the lighting in the video was a bit funny. She's never been with me when I've sort of been setting up lighting or anything for the video. But she did awesome, so I really want to use that footage that she did. But also, I'm going to make it myself, following her instructions. But I mean, at just over $3, this is super cheap. It's real easy. It's basic ingredients that I would normally have in the pantry, so that's awesome. So, let's get started.
The first recipe is 700 grams of plain flour, so I'll be measuring that out on the scales.
That's quite a bit. I think that's like about 5.5 cups.
And then we add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Next ingredient is 175 grams of butter. We'll say this is butter, right? Margarine because it's cheaper. And that makes this 68 cents. Rub the butter into the flour and baking soda until it is the texture of breadcrumbs. And that looks like breadcrumbs. Mix in 2 teaspoons of ginger.
I'm going to put fairly generous teaspoons because I am an absolute sucker for anything that's sweet and gingery.
110 grams of sugar at 22 cents and 110 grams of golden syrup, which will cost 88 cents. Now I think I have enough golden syrup, but I may have to substitute it with some maple flavoured syrup, which is not preferable, but it'll still work. Next thing to do is to add milk. Now there are no set measurements for the milk, just add it a little bit at a time until this mixture forms a stiff dough.
I'm just going to measure out some milk. I'm guessing it might be about half a cup's worth, but we'll see. For those who don't know, I am actually from Yorkshire myself, hence why we know when Yorkshire Day is. Or if someone reminds us when Yorkshire Day happens to be on the 1st of August. We all come out with the terrible singing voices of Ilkley Mar Bartat. I'm not going to sing that right now, so I have sung that previously, I think on my Yorkshire pudding video. I'm pretty much adding a full cup of milk into here. It is meant to be a stiff dough, which that most certainly is. You can skip arm day at the gym by doing this.
Line a loaf tin with some greased baking paper. I am just going to grease it up with margarine because that's going to be easiest.
I'm not going to grease baking paper, I'm just going to put it in. I do reuse my baking paper when I use it, so I'm going to use the same piece Olivia used.
So the dough goes in.
I have seen people do this recipe in more like a square cake and cut it in squares, but this one did come from a specific Yorkshire recipe website, and it says it was to be served with butter, so I do think a loaf is the way to go.
The original recipe said to sprinkle the top of it with some sort of sugar I can't pronounce the name of.
Demerara sugar.
But I'm going to go with brown sugar because it's the cheapest close thing to what I've got. The recipe did say this was optional, but Now we bake it at 175 degrees until firm and brown, which is approximately gonna be an hour.
We'll see if I can do as well as Olivia did.
I am back. This has been cooked and done my left it to cool for a bit on the stove.
Oh, this smells amazing.
That's quite a nice firm texture. I have read online that it's best with butter, so I'm going to butter it.
I think mine might have risen up a bit more than Olivia's did. I'm not sure. I did have a taste of Olivia's, but of course it wasn't like fresh out of the oven. I only got like a couple of days later when I got home. But it was yummy. You are meant to let it cool completely, but I'm not going to. Because it smells good and I want in.
You can taste the golden syrup and the ginger in there. It's got a nice firm texture. Still slightly squishy. It's not rock hard, don't worry, and the crust is nice and solid. Yeah,
much like Olivia's, it is quite, I think it's meant to be reasonably dense. It's not you know, it's not rock hard or anything. I think mine's a little bit softer than Olivia's came out. Why, I can't tell you. Okay. Let's get a bit of butter on this because that's the done thing. Oh, I already know this is going to be good. Oh yeah, warm, slightly warm still. That's so good. Very crunchy on the outside, especially with that sprinkling of sugar on top. Lovely sweet crunchy outside. Nice soft in the middle. Not like sponge cake soft, but it's not, as I say, it's not rock hard or anything. It's just a lovely soft but dense kind of a slice. Really nice ginger flavour. I'd actually be tempted to add another teaspoon of ginger in there, but that's just me. I like blow your head off stuff like that. That is so good. Very reminiscent of, you know, that ginger nut biscuit type flavour, especially with the really crunchy outside. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Definitely give this a go, people. Thank you, Olivia, for the inspiration. There we go. Hit like, leave me a comment, subscribe, and we will catch you next week.
Make this, people.
Bye.
Bye.